Okay, here we go. Members only. Members only. Yes. So now we're going to get into some of this other news here. I only have so much time for the first show. I'd rather give extra time for the solid members and stuff like that. But I also want to try to make sure other people learn as well. So, but let's see. Mike Paku, welcome to my channel. You got Bond here. Welcome to my channel as well. Let's get into some news. Kevin Land is here. I'm here. So DeFi protocol. Okay. What we got going on is I've been telling you guys for about 2.5 years, they're going to start shutting down all these exchanges. 2.5 years ago, when I started making Crypto Hulk, I'm like, I don't put nothing on an exchange. I was telling people, get that off the exchange. Meanwhile, all the other YouTubers, we all know who they are, they have their little investment things. So you have to kind of keep your stuff on an exchange because you want to get, take the Udemy course or something, right? And figure out, and they do the OnlyFans or I don't know what the fuck these people do, Patreon and all that. And it's like, they're going to give you all this good, juicy information to help you trade. And I'm like, you're not going to be able to do that 2.5 years. Like 2.5 years ago, I was telling people, you won't be able to do that when crypto really hits. Oh, no. They're going to shut it all down. They're going to take your stuff. I've been telling you, they're going to take all your crypto from you and then make you buy it back at 1,000 times the cost. They're going to reset all this shit. I've been telling you this for 2.5 years. People still want to go to these platforms and pay ungodly amounts of money for trading shit that's stupid, and you'll end up wrecked and broke, okay? Here's an example of everything that I've been saying for 2.5 years keeps coming true. That's why I've never had no little private groups where I teach people how to do it. No, because you're not going to be able to do that shit. That's why I never started any of that. And all these fake YouTubers out there having their little programs and stuff, all it is, it's so fucked up. You're not even, oh wow, you're going to be wrecked and destroyed, okay? The rich people aren't going to let you do this shit, okay? At least right now. They're going to try to shut everything down. They've been trying to shut it down for years, and now it's starting right now. So we're going to go over a platform. You got some now. I know that digital asset investor and Brad Kimes talk about Aave. Okay, they like people, go to Aave and stake your crypto or whatever. I've heard both of those guys, and they get paid from them too. Well, let's see what happens, because Crypto Hulk told you never, ever, ever, ever stake, do DeFi, NFTs, nothing. Don't get into the meta. I'm not doing a damn thing. I got my shit locked up. Done. Okay. Now, and I bought all my stuff, and I got more than one wallet. And if I ever, which I'm probably not going to buy any more crypto, but if I do, I'm going to use a fresh wallet. And here's the reason why. Let me go through this article, and you'll be like, damn, Crypto Hulk's always right. Here we go. DeFi protocols named Aave, Uniswap, Balancer. You know what they've done? They've banned users because of Tornado Cash. So you might have some money on Aave or something. All of a sudden, one day you go there and you can't get into your account. Oh, shit. Digital asset investor told me to go there. So did Brad Kimes. Well, let's see what happens. Decentralization may be under attack at Aave. Let me repeat. Decentralization may be under attack as Aave, Uniswap, Balancer, and more reportedly banned wallets which have interacted with Tornado Cash. Oh, ouch, not a good thing. A centralized data set created by TRM Labs appears to be responsible for the accounts being banned. So you listen to your favorite YouTuber, or let's say you listen to a YouTuber, and after they roll the beautiful intro, they talk about Aave, and now you decide to get Aave, but you've also used Tornado Cash in the past, which is nothing illegal about it at that time. You never knew or whatever. And now you can't get your fucking money out of your little Aave wallet or whatever, because that your account's been banned. You got it? Now you're fucked. But if you were to have listened to Crypto Hulk, you wouldn't have done that in the first place. But if you listen to some other channel, oh, he's going to tell you to get it because they're getting paid for it. See, I can tell you honestly, you know who I get paid by? You guys. It's a beautiful system. If you go to these guys' pages, and I already mentioned their name, and you go to their description or whatever it is, they have a drop down and they list like 15 or 20 different sponsors. And you'll see Aave in there, and you'll be like, oh, damn, Crypto Hulk was right. See, they're paying them, and then they're going to get you wrecked because they tell you, oh, Ave's my sponsor. And yeah, Aave locks people's accounts. I'm sure glad I never listened to that YouTube program so I can join Aave or Uniswap, Balancer, or whatever these stupid clowns are recommending. And then all my fucking crypto will be locked up right now, see? So that's why I don't have sponsors, okay? My sponsors are people that watch my show. I don't have to go lie to people and give you messed up information, you know. Whew-wee. That's all I'm going to say about that particular article. So check this out. Oh yeah, one last thing about that. The sanctions are not being placed on addresses related to Russia, but on any of the users in the United States, listen to this, who have ever received funds from a Tornado Cash address. So without having you're innocent till proven guilty. Well, in this case, if your best friend had Tornado Cash and he sent you $20, if you have your money on an Aave platform in a wallet, you're pretty much fucked, okay? You didn't have to do anything wrong. It's just Aave says we're going to shut your account down. Okay. So that's just really kind of not a good thing. You're pretty much banned from that platform. Hope to God I don't know if they have wallets or whatever. It's just that's the problem when you start putting your name, like Crypto Hulk doesn't put his name on anything. So I give you guys my honest, real opinion, and I don't have to kiss up to any kind of business. You know, I got to make sure I bring you great information that's real and that doesn't change. Okay. Not, well, this week it's this, that's week it's that. Oh, I used to know. It's just the same fucking thing. Okay. That's how I do it. Next, let's see. I'll show you. I'm going to put a link in the chat box here. I want you guys to look at this later. Give me a second here. Copy. Now I'm going to paste. Okay. I just put a link in. I'll give you a minute to notice it and click on it. Aussie mate comes in and drops it. What does he got to say? Hey, that crypto spend rewards card in Australia gives $100 maximum a month in XRP rewards. Kind of cool. Hey, Aussie mate, contact me later on Facebook Messenger because I might want to try to look into that for a friend, not for myself, because it might be illegal for me to do that for myself. But I was looking for a friend. Got it? Nick Nieves. Hate I can't watch live. We will catch up later. Hulk #1. Keep up the great work. Oh, yeah, I know the time zone. That kind of sucks. But at least you got in. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, everybody's different around the world, all different times. People work all kinds of shifts. So it's just kind of like, if you can make it to a live, it's more fun, Nick. But, watch the reruns. The end goal is you're going to get rich by learning the material from the show. So in a way, I mean, that's positive. I mean, you'll have so many millions eventually at one point. But yeah, we'll miss you. Maybe we'll catch you on the next show. So now that I sent you guys that link, all right, this is pretty interesting. It's called the Cryptocurrency 2022 legislation. Notice that it was done about a couple months ago. This here, this is really important. Like these states, if I'm going to scroll down right now, I'm going to go to California because that's where I'm at. But you got like what it shows all the states and it shows what crypto regulations they've done this year. That's pretty fucking amazing. Our federal government has no crypto laws or regulations. If you scroll down, like I didn't know this about California. Scroll down to California if you're interested. You can look at your own state right now if you're, but if you just, I was going to bring up California just to say, notice there's like a whole lot of, California's full of lawyers, like it's crazy. I think California probably has the most crypto laws. Florida's got some good amount too. Yeah, wow. Some states like Hawaii barely have any. But in California, I'm just going to cut to the chase on what it is. California is getting ready for crypto sales. Okay, that's why I'm showing, not just for the fuck of it, like, oh, here we got some website showing crypto legislation. How boring. No, what we have in California is they're getting ready to allow the banks to sell crypto. California's ahead of these other states. It mentions here under Assembly Bill 2269, existing law, comma, the Money Transmission Act. They've already got a name for it, everybody, in California. You other states, you're not. California's going to pop one of the first. Why? Because it says right here, the Money Transmission Act. They've already got laws. They're waiting for the federal to give it the green light. You got it? That's how close we are. I'm not reading off this article for the fuck of it, all right? California has the Money Transmission Act. Like, damn, Crypto Hall, California's really getting ready. Yeah, they're close. We're very close. It says you can't transmit money unless you have a license from the Commission of Financial Protection and Innovation. Okay. This bill is the Digital Financial Assets Law. Oh my God. Okay. Starting January 2024, it says prohibits a person like me from engaging in digital financial asset business activity. What they're doing now is I'm free to buy and sell crypto and maybe transfer you. I could send money to your wallet and you could send it back. I could send crypto to your wallet and back. So right now it's kind of like a free for all. Okay. California admits, okay, people are using this stuff, but we're going to call you starting, I'm reading off the law here, January 1st, 2024, you can no longer engage in any kind of digital asset, shooting it around to different people or whatever, okay? You're going to have to get a license to do that. That's what California's telling you. So it's kind of like in the old days. Maybe before there's the DMV, everybody could drive on the streets, but eventually when the DMV came and says, nope, you got to be 16, you got to go through driver's ed, driver training. So right now, we're driving on the road without a license because you don't need one, okay? That's what this law is. I'm trying to make this common sense because I'm not going to be reading all this legal talk shit. It would take me 30 minutes to read that dumb shit and nobody will understand a thing. I already went through it already, so I'm just kind of breaking it down. California's got the laws right now ready to go, okay? The bill defines digital financial asset to mean a digital representation of value, okay? It's a medium of exchange, a unit of account. So you just want to license people. You can't be buying and selling crypto a lot and sending it to people because you'll be considered like a licensee. And if you don't have a license, you get in trouble and all that. Okay, lastly, I'm going to wrap it up with this. This bill authorizes a private or public entity in the state of California. So what this Assembly Bill 2689 will do, let me see if it's the same as 26. Well, the first one is 2269, and this is 2689 Assembly Bill. What it's going to do is allow California to accept crypto for payments or any person, okay? Assembly Bill 2689 authorizes a private, which is us, or public entity like a library, the DMV, okay, in your state to accept virtual currencies as defined as a method of payment for any good or service, including any government California service. My local water company, my local court system. Let's say you get a traffic ticket. I can pay in crypto. If the court wants to allow it, I can do it. It's legal according to Assembly Bill. Do you hear what I'm saying right now? California's all ready to go. That's why we have this private members only group. So you get access to knowing shit that these other people aren't going to know. All right. California is telling us starting right now. There's no time frame. So starting now in California, if any business, whether it's a private business, maybe you mow people's lawns, I don't know, whatever the fuck you do, we wash their car, at the grocery store, you go to a community college, you pay your doctor bill, and it's all going crypto. Do you see this? California is allowing crypto to be used for payments inside the state. Pay for your California state tuition. You got a court fine at the county or state level in California, pay your court fine in crypto. That's where it's going. Do you see this? That's pretty fucking massive, okay? So let me check a comment. Thanks. Nick Nieves. Let's see. Just chilling and learning how to be rich says Underpass 61. Red Cedar, thank you for your donation to the channel. Greatly appreciated. Absolutely for that. I don't recognize the name, so you're probably a newer viewer. But welcome. Great info, says Red Cedar. So does that mean a father can send crypto to his son? They're going to break. This law isn't the full law. That would take me 3 hours to read, I'm sure, 10 or 20 hours. So they're kind of just giving you a little bit in this form. But I gave you guys that link so you can look up your own states and see what you're doing. So if you notice, California is pretty big. Other states like Hawaii, there's really nothing there. So the reason I'm showing you this is you're going to know before other people ahead of time what states are going to have crypto first. It looks pretty clear to me and to you guys that California, the minute we get a green light, boom, we're ready to go. We're actually ready to go right now. We're just waiting for maybe federal authorization for it, okay? But if you look on that list I just gave you, you're going to see some states, there's really nothing there. Those are the ones that are kind of slow, all right? I'm sure in New York, there's a whole bunch of law in there, and they're ready to go too, okay? Florida looked pretty big. I think Florida is probably ready to go as well. So you can look over that at your own time. Pick your own state, and then see where you are, see where your own state is, right? I thought that was cool, and I thought that the members would like seeing that. Patty Jacques, you rock with the info. Well, of course. This is my job now. So my job is to bring you guys the best information. The best information that I can bring, and that's relevant and it's important. Amy S says Maryland is slow. So if Maryland doesn't really have much law in there, you guys might be like California's going green light whenever. So Maryland maybe might take 6 months after California or a year. I mean, it just depends on how. If you look for your state and you've got like this much laws in there from what I just showed you, you're gonna be green lighted real quick. Okay, that's how that works. I just went to Crypto Spend Rewards Australia on Google. Okay, let me get out of that one. I'm gonna get into the main article here. It's kind of a big article. Why is my page doing that? That's strange. Oh no, don't tell me. Why is this stupid thing? Okay. That is very bizarre. All right. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done. 20 minutes? Okay, we're at 20-minute mark now. I could probably spend 20 to 30 on this. I'll try to speed it up too, but I'm going to give you the info. If I have to do a 1/2 now, half later, we can do that as well. What is this again? Patty Jacques gave another. Is that a second one already, or my copycat? I don't know. I think she gave one in the first show. I don't know, but Patty, thank you for your donation. I'm pretty sure it's the second one. I'm almost positive that it is. Or maybe you just joined up. That's what it was earlier when I saw. But so she finds the information valuable. It takes me a lot of work to find this stuff, and then I got to study it, make sure I completely understand it because I can't. I mean, obviously, so I'm not going to just tell you guys news that everybody else is reading off. I'm reading off news for you so you can be like ahead of all these other channels. The people that watch these other channels, they don't know about their states and their laws. Right? I'm showing you guys things like these big nuggets that I find. I will bring them to this channel. Other people that make content on platforms, here's the standard on what they do. You do a 15-minute pre-recorded show. You know, I studied all this before I designed my show. Bellini girl, hello. Aussie mate, no worries. It ties in with Novati FinTech Visa card. So what I did is I watched all these shows. And most people do the same thing. 5 to 15-minute shows, pre-recorded, and they all generally kind of follow the same news stories. So you might hear the same news story 5, 10 times a day. Each article they'll talk about with their news, it's probably about 30 seconds, if that. They might touch on something massive, like the BlackRock thing that I spent maybe 15 minutes on. They'll maybe give it 30 seconds, something like that. They'll just kind of touch on it for like clickbait news. I'll actually get in and describe the significance on why this article is important and pull out 2 or 3 key points so that you see how the world's moving. That's what my channel does. It informs you and educates you. I guess it's probably because I used to be a teacher for a couple years, but stuff like that. But anyhow, let's get into the Wells Fargo. Okay. Wells Fargo is like any other bank, and they want to deny crypto for the longest time. And then when it's too late, then they'll come out and tell you, yeah, you should buy crypto, but you got your XLM now at like $2,000. And you're like, whoa, stop. Why didn't you tell us this when it was 30 cents? Now you're going to tell us about crypto when it's 2,000 bucks? That's how it works, everybody. So now we have Wells Fargo. They're opening up. It's called Wells Fargo Advisors. They've always had advisors, but now they have a section here called Understanding Cryptocurrency. Now they're ready, everybody, to start selling, okay? Before 2.5 years ago, I had a Wells Fargo investment account, stock, bonds kind of shit. Okay. I pulled out whatever money I had in there, and I asked the banker guy, I said, hey, this is 2.5 years ago. Like, nobody knows about crypto except us, right? So I go to Wells Fargo, and the guy's like, well, what's crypto? Because I asked him, what is cryptocurrency? And he's like, well, you mean like Bitcoin? And I'm like, well, you know, Ripple, XLM, Cardano, like, do you know about all this stuff? And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm like, wait, stop. You're supposed to be my financial advisor to advise me for the future, correct? And he's like, yes, of course, that's our job. Well, then how the fuck you can't tell me about crypto? And he's looking at me like, well, we're not trained in it. And I'm like, I need to be prepared for the future. I don't need to come here after the history lesson's already taught, because then these cryptos are going to be worth like a shit ton of money. He's like, well, sir, we can't sell them to you because we don't have them here and everything. I said, you know what? I'm pulling my money out because you're supposed to help me with my future. It looks like I've got to help myself with my future, okay? So that's where this Wells Fargo story comes in. This article is dated August 2022. So it's this month. I don't know when. It didn't give an exact day. Here are the key takeaways. So it's like a paper. There's no pages that I'm seeing here. It's just one long event. But in the beginning of it, it's like your introduction. So it says, many expect digital assets to be the building blocks of the new internet, the internet of value. The internet of value, listen to this. The internet of value will move forms of value. Forms of value. What does that mean? See what I'm talking about? These people were not telling us nothing. They know all this stuff, but they're not saying nothing about it right now. The Internet of Value will move forms of value around the globe, such, let's see, why, what the hell's going on with my computer? Hey, this is weird. My computer is like not wanting me to read this article. What the hell? This is so bizarre. It's like my mouse just it went down like I can't. Whoa, fuck. And I'm trying to scroll up. I wasn't even touching it, and the screen bounces and shit, and then the mouse goes all the way down to the bottom of the page, and I end up at the bottom of the article like some kind of weirdo shit's going on. The Internet of Value will move forms of value around the globe, such as money, financial assets, and other personal valuables. That's interesting. Like how they're talking about things getting moved around the world, right? What it may mean for investors. Let me look into here. There's new possibilities and investment opportunities. It says um, digital assets are commonly referred to as cryptocurrencies. The reason is that Bitcoin, the first digital asset created in 2009, was designed to be a digital currency or digital form of cash. Many of Bitcoin's earliest competitors were designed to be digital currencies also. The industry has since evolved and expanded, though. Stop. Well, Bitcoin hasn't evolved. That's what's funny about, see, Wells Fargo is putting this out, but they still don't quite get it, or they're lying, one of those two, because they're talking about here. They tell you when Bitcoin came out, and they said, yeah, there's other ones, and then the industry has since evolved and expanded. That's what basically puts Bitcoin as a dinosaur, right? But they don't say that in this article. Other assets are now being digitized. Now, listen, other assets are being digitized, such as loans, securities, smart contracts. To be clear as possible, moving forward, we will refer to this new innovation as this new industry as digital assets. So now Wells Fargo is using the term digital assets to refer to a lot of different things that have value. Very interesting. Most common people, as I'm reading this, will have no idea what we're talking about. I mean, Wells Fargo is breaking it down like it doesn't sound to me like crypto's bad anymore, right? They used to say crypto's bad, get away from it. Oh, money laundering. Wells Fargo's telling you now the whole entire world is going to be tokenized. Like that's pretty big. 2.5 years ago, they were saying crypto's bad. Now the whole world's going to run on crypto, and I'm like, well, where did I miss the information? It went from being used for criminals, and Wells Fargo wouldn't even talk about having crypto for sale. Now they're talking about the whole world's going to run on it. That's how this happens. They don't tell you the right information, and when they do tell you, it's too late. So that's where this channel comes in. We believe digital assets are a transformative innovation on par with the internet, cars, electricity. What they're talking about is the Internet of Value, and there's two internets. When discussing the two internets with newcomers, we often hear questions about why the current internet of information. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you this article. I don't know why I didn't do this in the beginning. I made a mistake. Copy. Now I'm going to give you this article. I'll give you a minute to click on it if you want. And then you can follow along with what I'm showing you. And then you could study, you could read it more if you want later. You don't have to. KG. K is here. Welcome, K. Okay, so now you got the article, which I'm going back to. And if you scroll down to where it says two internets, so just It's not, I'm not that far into the article. Just scroll down really slow, and it shows the two internets. That's where I'm at. No attempt. When discussing the two internets with newcomers, we often hear questions about why the current internet of information does not move forms of value, such as money already. So, why doesn't the internet already move money? The answer is that the idea was tried, but no attempt worked until Bitcoin was created in 2009. Each attempt to move money on the internet failed for different reasons, okay? But the main issue was security. They couldn't move money securely on the internet. That's where Bitcoin changed all this. The Internet of Information was built to move information, or more specifically, copied information. So, what they say in this last paragraph is that, I mean, you can't, all that the internet does is copy stuff. So I could take a picture of $100 bill and send it to you, but it's not money. Okay. So that's where the blockchain, they said, comes in. I'm going to scroll down a little where it says the internet of value beginnings. So the internet of value began with the invention of Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto understood that digital money to work, it needed to run on its own network. He created it and called it the Bitcoin network. Okay. So now we know of these things as ledgers, the XRP ledger. Okay. Stellar's got their ledger. So now we have the actual token and we have the ledger, and those run alongside the internet to send value, or run throughout inside the internet to send value. So that's what it is. They had to have their own token and their own ledger network, and then you can start sending money around the world using the internet, and you can't copy it and all that. Let me look here. I'm gonna scroll down. According to Bitcoin's the only. We are seeing them. So if you look here, they have a digital asset group example. It's like it shows stable coins in the upper left. So under stable coins, they're telling us USD Tether, USDC, and then I think that's the BUSD, maybe the Binance, I'm not sure. Under store of value, it's showing Bitcoin. That's interesting. Under smart contracts, you got Ethereum, ADA, and I think that's Solana. But now look here. We're in the year 2022. Under digital currencies, look what they have. XRP, Litecoin, which is LTC, and then they got BCH. I don't know if that's Bitcoin Cash. I'm not sure. But they're calling those digital currencies, but Bitcoin itself is called a store of value. Get it? So here's the contradiction, is that Wells Fargo clearly understands that Bitcoin's a store of value, a speculative store of value, but it's not a currency. You can't really be paying for stuff with Bitcoin, okay? That's why in this particular article that you're looking at here, notice digital currency, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Those are currencies according to Wells Fargo. I wanted to just point that out because that's pretty substantial right there. I'm just kind of scanning right now. Now I'm at understanding how major innovations disrupt. Prior to the internet, consumer choices were limited. Okay. News was delivered, like, you had a newspaper boy, right? Think of the old days, right? Um, Prior to the internet, consumer choices were limited. News was delivered through one local newspaper and a handful of television stations. We connected to people. We wrote letters to people. You went to a payphone to make a call. um, you went to go listen to music at a music store where they have records and tapes and 8-track cassettes. And we bought maps. If you didn't know where you were, you go buy something called a map, you know, and you'd open up the map and try to figure out where you are and how you get there. Now, you'd ask, hey, Google, how do I get to wherever? Or you just pull up Google Maps and type in your location. Bam. It's like, but in the old days, they're trying to show us we'd like buy maps for that stuff. A global information highway open for anyone to use. It wasn't around. We didn't have a global information highway. It's showing us how digital is taking over. They say if you go into an office building, you won't really see a lot of calendars, clocks, calculators. You won't see a lot of mail. As far as phone calls, some offices don't have phones. You just use your cell phone, right? So they're showing how, like, this thing is my clock, calculator, my telephone. I can store my phone book and contact my friend. This thing does a whole lot. If I want to get a map, it's on here. I can order some food and have it showed up. So it's like what they're trying to show us is that everything is going digital. They're trying to show you that money is gonna go bye-bye. Okay, because this is going to be a shock to a lot of people that don't watch this channel. This is going to be a shock. We're like, what do you mean digital money? What are you talking about, right? That's why I'm bringing this up. Now, there's a picture of a purple globe. It's called dematerializing information. So it shows here on the bottom, it shows a post office where people, you would go drive to the post office, put a letter in there, they'd mail it. Now it's email. That's digital. Got it? Next, there's music. People used to go to a music store. I used to go to Tower Records and stuff, Rasputin Records, and buy CDs and records and tapes. Now it's digital. It's called streaming music. Amazon Music, Apple Music, whatever you want, Pandora. You can't touch it. It's digital. There used to be landline phones. I have not had a landline phone in where I live. I don't know, 15 years or more. I've always used a cell phone. Lastly, local news, like the newspaper. I don't remember the last time I bought a newspaper. If I want news, I'll just go on whatever I'll do to find news. I mean, I don't get a newspaper for that. It's so you see what I'm saying? So things are disappearing. That's what Wells Fargo is trying to show their customer. They're trying to get their customers mentally ready because this is going to be a big shocker for a lot of people. Like, what do you mean there's no money that I can hold? My money's going to be on my phone? Well, just like you have now, a credit card, but you just won't have cash, but it'll be like in a digital form. That's going to freak some people out, right? Especially the older people and stuff that don't understand what's going on. Hey, Tracy, Fox Body Blue. What's going on down there? Blockbuster Video. Yeah, I remember the internet had to use a phone line. Oh, yeah. It was slow and make that weird noises and shit. Let me scroll down. Remittances. So they get in, they talk about remittances. El Salvador is one of the poorest countries. So they talked about here that in El Salvador, they got Bitcoin. I went over that story already, like around a year ago or whatever it was, a couple years back. El Salvador, it was in 2021. Then they El Salvador asked for Bitcoin's help. Whatever Bitcoin companies out there. So that's when the president of El Salvador got like these Bitcoin machines, whatever. Look, Bitcoin, Wells Fargo just called it a store of value. Okay. It's not a currency. So it's not going to work. All right. No matter what they come up with or whatever. That's why when it's on the Wells Fargo, I just showed you, that's why XRP was listed as currency along with Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin is a store of value. It's not a currency. You can't really be buying shit with it. It'll work, but it's just not designed for that, you know? That's kind of what this article is saying under remittances, and they tried using the Lightning Network. It's just not going to work. Now, they say something here that's pretty interesting. So you've got, okay, let me just read it because it makes more sense. In April, during the largest, okay, hold on. Many deals have been signed. Each retailer. Okay, each retailer will handle its fee savings differently. Some will make. Wait, where we're at. Now what they're talking. Maybe I missed the part in here. What I wanted to say was you have a credit card processing company, right? All the credit card companies use like a network, which you can send money like, you pay your restaurant bills, you pay for your car tires. All the credit card companies use like a similar kind of a network, but not the banking industry. They use a different one. And then you have remittance networks like MoneyGram, and so they use a different network. So the problem is you got all these different networks that are separated, and that's why it takes so long to it could take you 3 days to actually send money right now in this world. It could take you 3 days, okay? Using like the Swift system, especially if it's over a Sunday or whatever. Um, the difference is blockchain combines all of those together. So the credit cards are running on the same system that the banks are running on. It's called the blockchain, the XRP Ledger, or if you want to call it the Bitcoin Ledger, okay? Whatever you want to call it, Stellar Ledger. And all these ledgers are separate. Okay, the Bitcoin Ledger is separate from the other one because they're all separate, but that's where XRP comes in and it's genius. Now, they're not telling you this in the article. I'm saying it because this article doesn't say it. That's where the interledger protocol comes in, ILP. With the XRP ledger, it connects everything together. Bitcoin doesn't do that. Remember, Bitcoin has the Lightning Network. It's designed for Bitcoin, not anybody else. Okay. It's also centralized. That's a bad thing. We don't want centralized. So what the XRP does is provides a decentralized network, meaning no one company is controlling it. There is one company that controls the Lightning Network, and it's the Lightning Network, okay? But the XRP Ledger, there's nodes on the network all around the world. So there's no central, that's why XRP is decentralized, okay? So it's a payment network that connects everybody together, and it has no one point of failure. Like if the Lightning Network lost electricity at their building, it would shut down all of Bitcoin, right? If one of the nodes on the Ripple network fell asleep on the job, nothing would happen. All the other nodes would still keep working. So that's why Bitcoin will never work. And the answer is the XRP Ledger. Now I'm at summary. So I'm down at the bottom at summary. Let me check really quick for any kind of question. Real-time settlement says Aussie mate. Exactly. Bellini girl says XD BC. I don't know what that is, but XDC is probably what she means. Tekken Monster says, great explanation, Hulk. That's how I've been trying to explain Ripple technology to people and non-believers. So here's what you can do if you're talking to friends or whatever, and like, what the hell is XRP, whatever, say, look, you've got credit card networks. They all use the same messaging system and programs and software kind of shit. So all the credit card companies kind of interact together, okay? Because they share the same codes and programs. Banks use a different set. So all these banks, and they have different rules. And Then you got your money sender people, MSB, money service business, MoneyGram, Western Union, WeChat, Alipay, whatever the fuck, all these money. They use their own system. So now you've got, I don't know how many different systems. There's probably 3, 4, 5, 10 different systems, 20. So now getting all these people to work together it's a disaster. Imagine a room where everybody spoke a different language. That would be pretty fucked up, right? So, but that's our money system today. It's called the Swift system, then the credit card system, and it's all a big fucking mess, all right? So what Ripple is, this helps explain it to friends and family. What Ripple is a payment, and it's a payment ledger, but it's also a system that's able to interact with any system. So you could send houses You could like buy a house and send it on the XRP ledger. You could buy a racehorse. You could buy a Coca-Cola at a baseball game. The XRP ledger does it all. You could send somebody dollars and they can get pesos. So it's an interledger protocol. Got it? It's the ledger that connects and interacts with every other payment system in the world in 2 to 5 seconds. That's what it is. So right now, like I said, it could take 3 days to send money. But what if you don't want to send? What if you want to send somebody an NFT? That has value. Some NFTs are worth millions of dollars, right? I want to send you an NFT. Oh, we got to use a different network. No, with XRP, you can send any kind of value. Okay, you can tokenize whatever you want and put it on the XRP ledger and then send it like that. Bam. Okay. Irvin Garrett says, my neighbor still has a landline. I know my mom does too, but she has an actual electronic phone. I'm surprised she still doesn't have the cord where it goes, you know what I'm saying, the cord shit. But she still uses that. So when I call my mom, I've got to call her on her house phone. What the fuck? Who does that? I don't know. She still writes checks. She has a checkbook, swear to God. She go to the grocery store, write the checks out. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, well, I've got to, I don't trust these banks. So I have to write a check and I got to balance my checkbook every Saturday morning. And it takes her like 10 minutes to explain what she's done. It's just, okay. Then I got to sit there and be like, she's got to go into like, then your cousin Lefty, he did this and that. I'm like, I was talking about your checkbook. Why are we talking about cousin Lefty? Right? I was just like, what the fuck? So, but that's what I'm saying. These people are going to have a problem understanding that money, you're not going to be able to touch it anymore. They're going to be like deer in the headlights looking like, oh yeah, Amy S. like my dad's the same way. Yeah. So she's writing checks. People are standing there at the checkout line. We're just like, fuck, somebody kill me. And she's like, well, how much was it? $59.76? Oh, I think I made a I got to write a new check. But hold on, I got to put that in the ledger before I forget. People are just like, fuck, kill me. We got to go to another line. What's this lady doing? I got to avoid the check. I got to write another one. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just like, oh my God. So, yeah. That's what the bank's got to deal with, is these people that just aren't going to understand. So now I'm at the summary section. We're pretty much at the end right here. Let me see what I can take out of the summary. Okay. In our view, digital assets are a transformative innovation. It's going to transform. Money's going to transform from paper into thin air. Okay. Digital assets are likely to be the building blocks of a new large digital network that moves money and assets, and that network is open for anyone in the world to use. It's like a road. The XRP ledger will be like the main highway that everybody drives on. Now, they might be driving from a side highway, get onto the highway, go a mile, and take the exit and get off, but the XRP ledger will be the main highway for the whole entire world, okay? That's not in this article because I guess they don't want you to know it, but I'm just letting you know it. So people that would be like, well, I could just read the article myself. Yeah, you could, but then you wouldn't know all these things that I'm telling you, okay? So it's a large digital network that moves money. Infrastructure is emerging to support this new internet of value. So what the side chains for the XRP and what other blockchains will do for the XRP ledger is the XRP ledger is not designed to do everything. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why you have different cryptos. If you guys want to buy different cryptos that do different things, but eventually all roads cross over the XRP ledger at some point. So the XRP ledger, that's why I don't know if the new people don't know this. The XRP ledger, check it out, was given to the World Wide Web Consortium. Those are the people that own the internet right now. Let me repeat that. Ripple in like 2012 invented the XRP ledger. They then gifted it, meaning gave it to not the United Nations, but the World Wide Web Consortium. It's a group of countries and people that control the internet, and said, here, we want to build the world on the XRP ledger. That's how this goes down. Do you know any other ledgers that the World Wide Web took over? No, it's only the XRP. That's it. So if you right now, you should be in shock or awe because that's pretty fucking amazing. The XRP ledger is tied in with the internet. No other ledger is. Do you realize how important the XRP ledger is? Well, you will find out. Everything. That's why they say all the money, right? Think about it now. All the money. Do you think it's going to be 37 cents? Do you think Stellar is going to still being in the 20 cents? Or no, man, none of this shit. XDC, no, all this shit's going to blast off. That's where we're going. That's why Brad Garland House and everybody, they say all the money. And they mean it because the XRP ledger is working, is tied in with the internet. The XRP ledger is the only one. Now you're starting to get it, I'm sure. Kevin Land. Hey, Hulk, it's all I got. Don't ever apologize, you guys. Just whatever. I just told you, whatever you can afford, whatever's cool, man. Nobody's. Hey, some people come in and drop $500. I sure as hell can't do that. Okay, even myself. So just, it's whatever, man. It's cool. I don't care. It's not about a number. The only thing I care about is you better start learning all this shit that I'm teaching. You'll walk away, everybody fucking millionaires and stuff, crazy rich. I got some people that have watched the show, has never bought XRP. And it shocked me. One guy I was talking to for like a year. I mean, not talking to, but kind of chatted a little bit, maybe on a Facebook or something. Then after like, I don't know, a year and a half, he didn't even own XRP. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? I said, you watch my show. Or like, what are you doing when my show's going? He's like, well, I've got this other crypto, and what I'm trying to do is sell it when it's high and then buy XRP real quick. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, who told you to do that? Like your uncle or your brother's got brain damage or something? Who the fuck told? That plan is so fucking idiotic. You know, I didn't tell him this, but I'm just thinking in my head. So let's see what Kevin has to say. Hey, Hawk, it's all I got now, but I already know it all helped. I watch all the YouTube people, but I know you're the best. Thanks for that. I try my best. I make my channel how I would want a crypto channel to be. And that's just, I want straight up information. I want some person to teach me shit and not try to make me buy crap that's going to get me wrecked. Okay. That's just how I run it. There's Allie Merkel. Thanks for your news and your views. You're welcome. I appreciate that. Vulcan Aussie. That's a very interesting, kind of like Dr. Spock or something on Star Trek. But he's Australian. I wonder how that would be, an Australian Dr. Spock. G'day, mate. Before I phase you, I just want to tell you, have a bloody good day before I pull the trigger on my phaser. But thanks, Vulcan Aussie, for that. Crypto She-Hulk's like, Hulk's channel has crypto millionaires loading. You better be. Oh, Legendary Beast shows up here. Things going to get wild soon. Vulcan Aussie's like, smoking. I can't read it now. I forgot it. But okay, that'll be it. The Wells Fargo thing's pretty much like right at the end. One of the things I did see is they have exchange tokens. Then they have utility tokens, equity tokens, security tokens. Oh yeah. So they break down different kinds of tokens. Like crypto is going to be doing different things. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think that'll wrap it up. That'll be it for today. You guys can read more in that link that I gave you if you want. But it's like, I wanted to show you that because it looks to me like Wells Fargo is telling us that crypto is going to be like everything. And if you're not getting it now, it might be too late later. I'm not saying don't buy more than what you can afford to lose, number one. Let's say somebody hacks you and you get lost, whatever. And remember, these cryptos are not going to be 33 cents. So if you buy 300, okay, I'll get out the calculator, my phone, my digital calculator. Okay, So I'm not saying you have to spend a ton of money, okay? Just look. You could be somebody who just maybe only want to spend 500 bucks or something. That's it, and okay. So $500 will get you 1,500 XRP. Now, when they go to 1,000 bucks a piece, that's $1.5 million. You spent 500 bucks roughly. You got 1,500 XRP for 500 bucks. It'll definitely be worth 1.5 million. You got it? You don't got to spend a lot in crypto. Some people like, I know some people like spending everything and they got no money and it's just like, dude, you don't need that. Okay, XRP, 1,500 of them. You spend 500 bucks, and when it goes to $10,000, which I truly think it will, that's 15 million bucks. You spent 500, and now you got 15 million. That's why I don't want you'll hear these channels on YouTube wanting you to buy art paintings. Okay, so we spend 1,500 on an art painting, and they go up, let's say you're lucky, 20% a year. So in 2 to 3 years from now, you might have 60% more. So you might have made $700, right? You spend 1,500, you make 700 bucks on an art painting. I just showed you spend $1,500, you probably have a $15 million profit. You see how fucking stupid that is? So instead of you spending your hard-earned money, 1,500 on a painting, buy another instead of 1,500 bucks. If you spend 1,500 bucks, you get 4,500 XRP. See what I'm saying? So all these people that are trying to sell you guys this shit, or my sponsor is the art painting place, or my sponsor is a gold credit card. Don't do that shit. If you got very limited money, just get $500 worth of XRP. They'll buy you 1,500 of them. Sit on it for about 2 to 3 years. And you'll probably have 15 million bucks. It's very possible. And at the least, you'll have 1.5 million in like a year or two from now. I mean, I don't know. It's whenever these regulations come out, and then boom, if it's out from the gate, XRP cannot be 37 cents and do what it's designed to do. Not possible. Okay. With all this shit's getting tokenized, it's not going to happen. It has to be a minimum like 10, 20, 30,000 bucks for one. Okay. All right. I think that'll be it. We're at 57 minutes. I'm done. You guys learned enough. More than likely, I'll see you tomorrow about the same time. Make sure you catch me at Facebook. It's Crypto Hulk. I'm on social Truth Social. Truth Social is Crypto Hulk. Twitter is Crypto Hulk 19. On those sites, I'll let you know when I'm going to make a show. You'll see it. Or if this channel were to somehow get taken down, which it has already once, then at least you'll be able to find me on another channel. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.